Back with KDM FC 28 Sik versus Takeuchi. Min-Soo Sik is facing the featherweight king Tomohiro Takeuchi in the main event for the lightweight title. Shimizu is facing Shikoya. Najib is taking on Jackra's. Y is taking on Ono as Nagano faces Ikigami. The show is being held in China. 5 main and 5 prelim, both undefeated in KDM FC. Takuchi's main eventing for the 9th time, 6th second main event. Takuchi's won 4 of his last 5 by decision, and Takeuchi is a huge favourite coming up to challenge. For that, we have Yoshihide Hori taking on Hoshi Nagai. Nagai had a bit of a skid. He lost that nut fight, beat Y, and then lost to Hoyt. Hoyt's definitely a contender in this lightweight division. And they touch gloves and exchange a few strikes. Hori scores with a jab but misses with a roundhouse. Nagai finds a way past his opponent and lands a sharp 1-2. Nagai slips past a right hook and attempts a kick. Nagai pressures Hori. Hori hits a jab and chains, and Nagai hits a left, and then hits a crunching straight right to the jaw. He's down. Hori falls to the floor. Nagai starts pounding away on him, looking to finish him off. He's firing powerful shot after shot, and he wins the fight by TKO. Great way to start the new year, as he gets a good win. He thanks J1 Circle. Now we have Take Inoue. He lost his last fight to Kung Dun. And Ikeda Kenchiko, who is also coming off a loss, but he didn't fight at all last year. The striker from J1 Circle is the favourite against the judo specialists. Inoue may have been aiming to the clinch, but Kenchiko took the aggressive. He shows good hand speed, lands 3 out of flurry of 3, scores with a right cross. Kenchiko got a good jab, but then hits a beautiful right uppercut. Inoue wobbles and falls. Kenchiko going to finish him off. A couple heavy shots get through and rock him. He tries to get up. Kenchiko goes for the armbar from side control. It's blocked. Tries to pull guard, but he can't. He goes for the Kimura. Doesn't get it. Kenchiko goes for the armbar. Doesn't get it. Side control going to mount. He doesn't get mount. Kenchiko tries to grab a leg against the knee bar. Blocked again. Finally stand them up. Kenchiko connects a nice jab and hits a nice straight right. And then he wobbles again. Here comes Kenchiko, knowing for the finish this time. And he does get it with a big right head kick, pounding him away. And Inoue has no defense, and the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. Akita Kid Kenchiko wins, and he calls out Gunkuru Miyagi. Next up, 2 featherweights in the women's division, both 21, 3-1, 4-1 from Thailand and China. Both lost their latest fights, both to prospects. Chung looking very tentative, pokes a quick jab. Punya comes in fast with 5 quick punches. Punya lands 3 of a free kick and then his spin kick to the ribs, and she moves in closer. Punya comes in with a flurry of 5 quick, landing 3 of them. Punya hits a couple of minor lefts. Chung isn't rushing in. A flurry of 4 punches from PSC, 1 of them land. Punya hits a left. Chung gets hold of it, tries to sweep her against the ropes, can't do it. Punya tries to suck Chung to the ground. Chung defends the attempt to drag her to the ground, takes control of the chimps, looking to hit Punya against the ropes, and she does it. Hits Punya with a short uppercut. And that is the end of the round. Punya moves in closer. Looks like we're trying to see Chung grapple, but Punya took the initiative. Punya lands a flurry of 3 punches and lands a spinning back kick. Punya moves in behind, 5 quick punches, 2 of them finding home. Punya comes in fast with 4 quick punches, lands 3 of them, but leaves herself wide open to an attempted kick to her body, and Chung collapses by catching the kick. Holding the leg, Chung goes for the takedown, but she does not get it. Punya comes in with 4 quick, landing 2 of them. Punya looks confident, shouldering the range as she moves in closer. Punya throws 3 punches, landing none, but scores with the right cross. Chung appeared to be going to try and get in close, but she just cannot. Punya lands 2 of 5 quick punches and the right cross, as that is the round. Chung really needs a finish here. Punya lands flurry of 5 and the spin kick to the ribs. Chung looking for an opponent, opening to grapple. A jab hits home from Punya. Punya connects with 2 lefts and a roundhouse. Looks like we're about to see Chung grapple, but she just cannot. Punya moves in behind with 5 quick punches, but again Chung catches the roundhouse, goes for the takedown, cannot get it. Punya throws a punch, but it is dodged dodged, and with clear opportunity, Chung was able to move in fast and clinch with Punya. She goes for the Muay Thai, and she has it with 15 seconds left. She goes for a knee, but it doesn't have much force. And that is the round. Punya gets it by unanimous decision, as Feng Cheng loses her 2 fights in KDM. Abe, coming off his loss to Yoshihide Hori, takes on the mentor, Reza Ramirez. He's lost his 2 fights in the mod. I don't know, say in the mod, in the game, and will firstly be dropped if he loses this fight. They engage each other. Enzo is off target with a left. Kickboxing each, so it's going to be a big stand-up fight. Enzo hits a left and then a kick to the leg. But tries to step in. Enzo's off target with a left but scores the right hook. Abe hits a kick. Enzo hits a left but doesn't find the mark with a right hook. Enzo hits a left jab and scores with a right cross. Neither fighter lands significant change. Enzo misses a jab and misses his right hook. Enzo lands a left. Abe connects with a right. Enzo hits a left jab and Enzo slips past a right hook, counters with a left jab and a right cross that just misses. Abe misses a right cross, allowing Enzo to hit a jab and a right hook. There's an exchange of strikes that nothing really happens. Enzo hits a left, Abe misses a jab but hits a good right hand. Enzo missing a big right, allowing Abe to attack him with a right hook as the round ends. Abe tries a right hook but misses. Enzo scores with a jab and has a right hook blocked, and exchange of strikes if fighters fail. They stand and trade in the center of the ring. Abe hits a counter left, the jab is wide, but he lands a right. Enzo's trying to breathe now. Abe hits a pair of jabs. Enzo throws 2 quick punches that don't connect. They stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or dealt with. Abe goes to the clinch, and he gets it using a nice knee shot from the grapple. Using his wrestling, Abe tries to push him against the rope, and he gets it, and that is the end of the round. There's a burst of strikes when neither gets caught. Abe has a right hand block as Enzo's off target with a left. Abe is looking really tired now. Abe, who looks very tired, clinches. Using his wrestling, tries to push him against the rope. He can't get it. He was trying to push it into the rope again. This time he does get it. Hits a hard foot stomp. Hits him with a knee to the ribs. Dirty boxing. Over to the face now. Abe Sonson's opponent's foot. Tries with a knee, but Andrews misses and slips out back to the center. He slips past a right hook and attacks with a great right hook of his own. There's a burst of strikes neither fighter can land. Abe misses the right hook as Andrews can't hit his right cross. Abe has no energy left. They stand and trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. Andrews slips past a right hook and counters with a head kick. Andrews dodges a right hand and counters with a left jab, and that is the round. Abe wins by unanimous decision. 6 big punches, lots of knees and elbows in the clinch. Good call from the ref. He goes out Jeffrey Foxworthy. Next we have Kawin Kaim, who lost in his last bout against Lito Alcala back in March, I want to say. Back in April 2002. Takes on Miprafang, who has lost his last fight to Asgar back in June. Lost to the prelims. Submission wrestling versus Muay Thai, no glove, no team each. Jab is wide from Keem, but he scores with a right, looks to grab the grapple, but he cannot. Keem is off target with a sharp hook. Miprafang looks to sweep a leg, and he gets it. He gets side control, goes for the armbar, and he gets it. Kaim taps to Miprafang as it's a good fight. He calls out Asgar for a rematch. We open up the main show with Emi Nagano. Beat Regina de Avila in August. She takes on Ikegami, who lost her last fight to the Russian Beast. Not Russian Beast, Czechoslovakian Beast, Veronika Sablikova. She is the underdog here, however, taking on Emi Nagano. Fighters touch gloves. Ikegami comes forward and the 2 fighters exchange. Ikegami throws a quick 1-2 but doesn't land. Nagano hits 2 tentative left hands, neither have any damage. Ikegami confidently moves in as Nagano looks very tentative, pokes a quick jab. Ikegami can't hit a setup but then lands the right cross. Strikers opened above Nagano and they check, but it is fine. Ikegami stalks forward. Ikegami is in the pocket avoiding a jab and hits a nice right. Slips past a right hook attempt and hits it with a couple of jabs followed by a solid right hand. Nagano throws a counter left as Ikegami fails to find home for a jab but gets the great right hook. Nagano wants to get in close enough to grapple but is wary of getting caught. Ikegami comes forward on the attack as Nagano goes to counter draft, but Ikegami counters with the right. Ikegami hits a left, but Nagano evades the big right as she lands 2 nice jabs and then a nice straight. And that is the end of the round. Saya Ikigami is definitely winning. Ikigami wants to strike. Jab hits from Ikigami and she hits Nagano with a strike. Ikigami hits a left and catches Nagano with a right hook as that reopens the gash. She lands a jab and hits another straight right as Nagano now shooting down, finally getting some offense in, but Ikigami sprawls brilliantly and then viciously blasts Nagano with a knee strike. She survives it but gets pushed into a turtle position, takes a short knee strike to the side of the head, another short knee. Ikigami is pounding away and Nagano is not dealing with them, but they aren't doing much damage. Ikigami now unloads with massive right hands. Referee finally stops it in a fantastic fight. Saya Ikigami pieced up Emi Nagano. Wow. Emi loses her fight. What a dominant performance by Ikigami on her bounce back win from losing to Veronika Sablikova. She says it was a fantastic fight, was a huge rush, and she's glad to get both the win and entertain the fans. What a way to open up this main card, and a great way to open up the year. Masato Y takes on Jason Ono. The Jujutsulist, lost his fight to Nishijima and will probably be cut if he loses this. Meanwhile, Masato Y is 1-1 in KDM and lost his undefeated streak to Nagai. Freestyle wrestling and jiu-jitsu, so prepare for some annoying clinching and shadowboxing. Y lands a left and hits a nice straight right as that cuts Ono. He's coming in closer, he catches Ono with the right. Ono bleeding, the cut is checked and they are back underway. Y fails to find a home for his jab but hits Ono with the straight. Y hits the counter left as Ono fails to find a home for his jab but catches Y with the hook. Y can't connect with the cross but scores a right strike which reopens the gash. Ono bleeding, it is checked but is not much of a problem. Y lands a left but misses the big right as Ono looks to get in close but he cannot. The jab is wide from Y but he catches Ono with a right hook as Y hits a left and then hits Ono with a straight. Ono wanting to grapple comes forward, he appears willing to risk a few shots to get close, a nice jab hits from Y as he hits a straight right afterwards. Ono again looking to get close but he can't as Y is just piecing him up as the round ends. Y hits a left jab but has a right hand blocked. Y moves in closer ready to attack. Ono looked like he was going to take a step in but he just cannot as Y is taking the initiative as he hits a right cross there. Y lands a left jab and a right cross as both fighters move in a gauge. Y lands a left pass, a right blocked. Y lands a left and scores with a right cross this time and a big right hand follow up misses. He's starting to slow down a bit as he's getting into his gas tank. He hits a left and a nice straight right. Ono looked like he wanted to grapple but he cannot. Y connects with a nice jab and then catches Ono with the right hook. Y cannot get the jab but hits Ono with a straight right. Ono again cannot get this grapple as Y connects with his jab. And that's the end of the round. Ono has had no offense in this fight. Y lands a left and lands a right as well. He kicks a straight right and then catches Ono with the right hook. Ono shoots him for the takedown and is unsuccessful while spilling away. He then hits a left and then scores with a right cross. Ono comes in really needing to pull something off here. Y lands a jab and then hits with a right cross. Ono comes in for the takedown but he cannot again. Y hits a left but misses with a vicious right. Ono gets Y in the clinch, tries to get the takedown but he cannot. Y wrestles his way into the dominant position. He tries to push opponent against the ropes and he does. A knee to the fire area but it does not work. Tries to throw an elbow but Ono prevents it as that is the round and Y just dominated. I mean 4 jabs, 3 failed takedowns, a great performance from Masato Y and Tosan Ono is going to be cut. 2 fighters on a bit of a losing streak here. Jackares lost to Ang Dong and Monorit Manori in his last 2 fights, while, to be fair, 2 bantamweight champions. Meanwhile, Pivot was lost to Sapachi, challenging for the bantamweight title. Loser will be cut after this match as they are 1-3 and 4-3 respectively. A number 12 bantamweight versus number 20 versus number 11 bantamweight. Someone's going off the rankings. Najib lands a left as Jackares lands a left and a big right. Defensive jab hits from Najib as the Wu-Yang Academy teammates battle it out. Najib got his nose smashed there as Jackares lands a nice jab and hits with a straight right. He hits with a jab but finds nothing but air with the right as Najib evades a big right to the body. Najib uses the left while backing away as 2 jabs hit home from Jackares and he scores with a fantastic cross. Najib wobbles and fails. Jackares unloading as Najib is now getting destroyed. Jackares tries to get into mount and he cannot. He blocks an attempt to pull guard. He attempts a Kimura from side control but Najib stops it. Najib begins trying to get himself into... Oh, sorry. Jacobus tries to get himself into the mount, but Najib starts to scramble. Scramble results in Najib underneath. Jacobus in the north-south. Jacobus is pounding away, and that is the end of the round. Jacobus is dominating. Jacobus can't connect to the jab, but hits a nice right hook to the ribs. Najib looks like he's trying to step in and grapple, but he just cannot. That's a lot. We've seen that a lot tonight. Jacobus can't connect with jab, but hits a nice right. Attacking with quick fury. Jacobus lands 3 punches and lands a big right as Najib backs off. A head kick lands hard, Najib falls to the ground and is in major trouble. Jacobus is pounding away, Najib's eating heavy shots as referee Michael Tan stops the fight. Jacobus bounces back with a win. We now have Hanako the Stormbringer Shimizu, who won her last fight against Punya in a very exciting bout. Same as her loss to Uchiyama, really. Very exciting fight of the Stormbringer. She takes on Shiokawa, who's 7-0, her last win being against Kit Sakamoto. Jiu-Jitsu vs Muay Thai. They start with a touch of glove. Shimizu can't connect with a setup and lands a big right. Shimizu can't connect with a setup, then hits with another straight. Shimizu connects with a nice jab to the jaw and then a crunching straight left. Shimizu may have hurt her own hand with that last punch. If it's a break, it's really going to affect her striking. But Shikoya did get knocked down to that. Shimizu unloading punches. She's pounding away, but nothing's happening, probably due to that broken hand. She rests in side control as Shikoya doesn't tries to move the guard, but it is blocked. Shikoya takes the opportunity and pulls half guard. Shikoya moves her that Shimizu is now in full guard. Shimizu throws a few weakening punches from the bottom and with quick move it, Shimizu throws a shoulder smash to the face and upper chest of Shiokawa. Shimizu is content to throw a few punches as that is the end. Shiokawa may have been aiming to get in close, but Shimizu aggressively took it. She hits a right and a left hook as blood is now visible on Shiokawa. Shimizu fails to land a home but catches with the left and she fails another left there. Hits a right but finds nothing but air with a big left, hits a right and then gets a nice left hook. They check the shot on Shiokawa and she is fine. Shima first throws a quick punch. Shimizu follows a right jab and then throws a punch, but Shiokawa was equal to it. Shiokawa trying to push Shimizu against the ribs and she does. She goes for the takedown and she gets it. Shimizu is in half guard. She tries to get away past off, but she cannot. She fires off some rights, but then dealt with fine, and that is the end of the round. Shimizu lands a big right, but Shikawa avoids the left. Circling Shikawa clear once again in close. Shimizu can't connect with a setup, lands a left hand. Shikawa gets the clinch with Shimizu, and she gets her against the ropes. She does go for the takedown, doesn't get it. Shimizu may have stopped the takedown, but she is having less luck getting away from the ropes. She goes for the takedown again and gets it. She's in half guard. Shikawa needs a finish. Shikawa looks to pass half guard and she gets it. Time runs out though, and I think that Shimizu got the upset. She has a majority decision. Hanako, the Stormbringer Shimizu, stops the undefeated train of Shiokawa. Now, in the main event, Min-Soo Sik, the champion, in his last fight, he beat Nutnum by split decision, and well, he's a massive underdog against the king of the featherweight, the samurai spirit, Tom Tomohiro Takeuchi. Thai boxing vs wrestling, Dragon's Lair Gym, South Korea. South Korea takes on Japan. Two fights touch glove. Takeuchi goes to the takedown straight away and he gets it. Takeuchi unloads with some elbows, but they are dealt with. Some short elbows are also dealt with. Takeuchi throws a weak looking punches that don't end up with anything. She drops 3 elbows, but nothing happens. Sik is being dominated on the ground and they are stood back up. Takeuchi comes forward, willing to take shots. Sik connects with a jab but finds nothing but air with the left. Takeuchi gets the grapple and tries to get the slam, and he does. He is in complete control. He goes for the Kimura from side control, but Sik defends it. Takeuchi tries to lock Sik into the Kimura, and it is fully applied. He's in huge trouble, and Takeuchi loses grip of it. Sik pops his arm free and is survived. Takeuchi pounds away, but they are dealt with. He drops some elbows, and Sik is avoiding taking the clean shot, as that is the round. Dominant performance from Takeuchi. He had the submission locked in, but he couldn't get it finished. Sik throws a quick 1-2, but neither lows as Takeuchi gets hold of him. Takeuchi is looking to muscle Sik back against the ropes, and he gets it. He is trapped against the rope, and Takeuchi uses some dirty boxing. Unable to break free, Sik is smothered against the ropes, grappling exchange with occasional short center punches. Sik throws a quick 1-2 but doesn't land, as he throws another quick but fails. He lands a right jab, but Takeuchi evades the big left. Takeuchi gets the clinch and gets him Sik against the ropes again. He smothers him against the ropes. He is pressed up against him, hits a nice uppercut. The rest of the round passes by with nothing happening. A punch from Sik fails to land as Takeuchi moves in, gets the clinch, uses some dirty boxing in the ring, hits Sik with some short strikes to the side of the head. Sik gets caught with a couple of nice short punches. Sik tries to wiggle free, but he just cannot. He looks to get a slam again, and he does. He slams his opponent down. Time slips away as Takeuchi essentially keeps him exactly against the ground. He's firing off a few punches, and he lashes out with a nasty elbow. He's running away with elbows, but he cannot get it. He gets past half guard. He hits a slicing elbow on Sik. He fires off on the right, but nothing happens. He's unloading with big right hands, but Min-Soo is dealing with him. He pounds away, unable to land clean shots as the round expires. Sik is still hanging in there, the champion, but he really needs to get a fluky finish here. He comes looking, but a quick punch doesn't hit. Takeuchi's going to take some hits if it means being able to, as he throws two punches that fail, as Takeuchi again gets him up against the ropes. Dirty boxing is what dominates this round, as No Hyung has to separate. Both fighters are trying to get tired. He catches Takeuchi with a left hook as Takeuchi gets a takedown. He is in guard. Takeuchi tries to get guard and ends with a scramble as Sik tries to get back up. It leaves Sik on his back pulling guard as Takeuchi fires away with elbows. Time slips away as he grinds him against the ground. Takeuchi is definitely dominating this, and unless Sik can find a head kick out of nowhere, I think this fight is over. Sik throws a quick punch but doesn't hit. Takeuchi looked like he was aiming to grapple but couldn't get it. Sik uses the left but evades the big left. Takeuchi aggressively moves in as the jab is wide, but he catches Takeuchi with a left hook. Takeuchi gets him into a clinch and he gets against the ropes again. They dirty box for ages until Huang separates them. Sik throws a punch that gets avoided. Sik is starting to have to push himself now, and his corner is by urging him. We have 1 minute. Sik comes when he comes in closer. He throws a quick 1-2 but doesn't land. Takeuchi goes in for the grapple as Sik misses another 1-2. Takeuchi gets a takedown to end the round as he ends the fight on top, throwing elbows. Sik tries to turn away from his blows but gets rolled onto his back, but the round expires before Takeuchi could end the fight, and he wins by unanimous decision to become the first ever double champ of KDM. Sik, he didn't get finished, but he got absolutely destroyed the whole fight. A great effort from him. Shimizu stops the undefeated runner Shirakawa. Ikegami wins. Y retires Ono. Raver, well not retires, but is getting kicked out. Raver is getting kicked out of the company. Feng Cheng, the prospector, lost her 2 fights. Our pop goes up everywhere. And fight of the night has to be that amazing knockout that Ikegami had against Nagano. The submission of the night, there's only one real option with that armbar from Fang, and the knockout will give it to Pivob. We make 56 grand on that show, and remember, the winner of the Grand Prix is going to win. The winner of the Grand Prix, we'll talk about more in the next video, but they get a guaranteed title shot at their weight and 100 grand. Lots of contract renewals and a few injuries. Aziz broke his nose and Shimizu did break her fingers in that fight, but we will update the rankings before we renew those contracts. With the updated rankings, Min-Soo Sik stays at number 1, but obviously he doesn't have the title. The guy moves up as young Yanagita and Nishijima move down. Abe, Miyame, and move up, as well as Kang, as Reva and Hori move down. Reva is getting cut from the roster. Actually, we'll do the cuts real quick. Cut from roster. Shikoa is staying. Nagano is gonna stay, but she's on thin ice. Feng Chung, 3-2. The Chinese prospect failed in the year. King KM is getting cut as he went 2-3. Najib is getting cut as he only went 1-4. Taki Inoue, 1-2, is on last luck. Ono's getting cut, and Hori survives for one more fight. But yeah, looking at the rankings, other than obviously some of these people are going to move up because of cuts and that, other than that, No big change, no top 10 changes in the featherweight, but Kenkicho rises all the way from the depths as many people move down. Sullivan and Maki move up as Inoue lost his fight. So Stroder lose, Chiba and Suarez all move down because Jacobus can rise back. And Najib, now these cut end up moving everyone up, but mainly Asgar, Ozawa, Pyeongchang, Hyun, Alcala. Ogawa, Mipperfang move up because of Kaweem and Keen got cut. So then Ada and Nanaka also going to end up moving up. And in the women's featherweight division, Uchiyama drops all the way down after her loss to Veronica. But that was ages ago. And Ikigami moves up thanks to her win. And Shimizu moves up because of her win. Vazia moves up because Shikawa's lost. And our next matchup is set Ibasawa versus Sabakova in the women's featherweight division. Thank you guys for watching.